Halifax Regionals. Here we have Aiden with the top 16 hero deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe before we get into deck profile. Any shout outs here?
Actually, yeah, I got shout outs for my club back to Quebec, the Kingdom Gentleman Duelist, and that will be mostly it.
Okay, well let's get in. I love the tie, by the way.
Absolutely. What does it do? Draw 2 cards. So yeah, my matchup today was first match was against PKs. Second one was against Tier Element. Third one, Flounderies. Fourth one was Water Control. Fifth one was the one I lost, the 2 last I've lost. So it was Flounderies, and the last one I've lost to is a Hero Mirror match.
That's
so
disgusting.
Yeah, so I was 9th out of 16, top 16. So yeah, let's go into my deck profile. So for beginning, I'm playing for Elemental Hero lineup 2 Stratos. That's quite like basic for me. People will play either 1, 2, or 3. I prefer 2 for consistency shoot, and you'll see why later. 2 Shadowless. So to be able to just like either send it to the graveyard, discard it, or even like use hero lives to search mass change that come often. Honest Neos. I don't think I need to explain why I'm playing Honest Neos.
It's a hero deck.
Yeah, to go over some kind of monster with unaffected and way too big. And the last one is Liquid Soldier. Like, just for either recycle, that I've been using a lot, like for recycle, or add Miracle Fusion. So that will be it for the Elemental Hero lineup. Next, for the Destiny Hero, I played 1 Destiny Hero Archangel. It never comes up, but actually, in this format, my deck is losing against like Dark Ruler No More and Super Poly that mostly Tier will have. So that's why I was playing Dark Angel, to be able, if it was possible for me, to go against Tier and just put a Dark Angel in the field and negate like their field, negate Super Poly, negate Dark Ruler, but it never came out. After that, I'm playing only 1 Plasma, and I was like not sure about Plasma, but it kind of is good, but also not really, because if I'm playing against Super Poly, but against a Tier matchup, it was like insane just to be able to slap Plasma and steal their Tier Element Kit Cowls. So that was like one of my MVP against Tier Element with Dark Law. 1 Denier, 2 Mali. Actually, that's a basic, I think, like Destiny Hero package for like using as a fusion. For example, I've mostly used like add Denier, add Mali, just use Poly to fusion summon DP. That will be everything for the Destiny Hero package. 1 Attested Gold just for playing Malicious Bane. And Malicious Bane was okay. Like, it helped me a lot against Water Control with their Tikaboo, so it was like the only thing in my deck that I could use like with Malicious Bane just to get over their like monster. So it was quite useful, but in other kind of matchup, it never came up except against like Water Control. Vision Hero, it's 3 Ferris, 1 Increase, and 2 Vial. So people will, there's a lot of people playing either 1, 2, or 3 Ferris, or 1 and 2 Increase, but for me, that's I think the good ratio. Because if I start with Increase, I can just won't go at all in the Ferris into Increase into Vion. But I have many ways to go just around like just having Increase. And Vion, I don't need to explain that, to send a Shadowless, add Poly. And 3 fairies is just for trying to have fairies as often as I can for doing the combo.
Ferris is still Ferris.
Ferris is still Ferris, exactly. For consistency, I've played 3 hero lives.
Damn, those are pretty.
Yeah, those are 3 first then. But yeah, so hero live was either to add special summon Stratos to add a hero. So because I was playing mostly against control matchup, I used hero lives to add Stratos. Do like Ferris lineup play. And normal summon my other Stratos I search with the first one to pop spell traps. Or just use hero lives, summon Shadow Mist as add mass change to do Dark Blood during their turn. That's mostly the reason why, and I don't need to explain why it's 3, because if the first one gets negated, you always have the second one, like, just in case. Fusion Destiny.
It's a Fusion Destiny.
Yeah,
what
it's Fusion Destiny, yeah, but actually, it's rare that it came up. Like, I was mostly using a Fusion Summon DPE with Pulverization, but having Fusion Destiny was pretty cool at some points, like against tier, just because I was just throwing like monster in normal summon Stratos, pop spell shots. And also, one factor that is pretty fun is Fusion Destiny is really a 1-card Dark Law. I can show the combo later if you want to for the Dark Law.
Sure.
Okay, perfect. And the reason why I didn't need like a lot of Stratos was because 3E emergency called to add Stratos or Shadow Mist, 1 Rhoda. So I had 4 ways to add either Stratos, Vion later, or Shadow Mist for my combo, and 1 Foolish Burial to send Shadow Mist and have access to any kind of like hero.
Makes sense to me.
And I was using 3 mass change. The reason why I was using 3 is mostly for dodging hand traps. For example, there's many times that I've played like against Foundries, I special summon Stratos out of hero lives, add any like hero. And because they had the barrier set, so I had to go in battle phase, and they tried to Book of Moon my Stratos, so I had to mass change and dodging like Book of Moon, or even like dodging Infirm and Veiler with mass change. So that was quite useful. And I was also doing like clearing boards with Absolute Zero Acid, or just trying to summon the more dark like as I can. 1 poly for the fusion spell, with Vion, that's
Polarization fuses, yeah.
And I didn't want to run too much, but actually I would consider maybe running a second one just in case that Vion got negated. Miracle Fusion, heading with Sunrise, that's quite
good.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need more than 1 because more than 1 will be breaking in my deck. Dark Calling to summon Malicious Bane with Adjusted Gold. And for board breaking was 2 Super Poly. The reason why I was playing 2 Super Poly but not 3 is because at some point having too much Super Poly is kind of tricky. And it's either I start with Super Poly or I draw it later. So I didn't want to play 3, it's just to have 2 Super Poly in hand. That came up often. And not having like consistency for doing my combo. Another second card was a playset or Forbidden Droplet. Just for board breaking the board. Just try to use my effect, and he's like, oh, I'm going to change something, and I'm like, Forbidden Droplet. And he's like, oh, okay. So I just OTK them after that. And the last one is 1 Called by the Grave, because
Cards broken, yeah.
Ash and Veiler. Now for the extra deck. 1 Sunrise, for adding Miracle Fusion, and 1 at 0 for using Miracle Fusion using Liquid and any other hero that I often use the next turn to have the second effect of Liquid, like because Liquid is one effect per turn, but if he's like sent to the graveyard, it's count for 1, and next turn if I banish it, it's count for a second. So, and for consistency, I was just drawing and make sure to not overextend. But if I was able to, I was trying to set up Absolute Zero and set Mass Change to just use the next Masked Hero, that is Acid, because I don't think I need to explain that Absolute Zero, when you leave the field, he Raigeki the opponent's board, and Acid is Duster the board, so I was like Raigeki Duster. Against Flanders, I was pretty deadly. Another Masked Hero I use is Blast, like the one I mentioned earlier with dodging, like Book of Moon or Imperm. That was Blast, and Blast was useful just to bounce Spell Trap that was in the opponent's side of the field. Obviously, to Darklaws. Yep. Darklaw was quite useful against most of the time. Like against Tyr, they had to deal with Darklaw. If they were unable to deal with Darklaw, they lost. And against Tyr, I was only going second, so I was breaking their board with a Darklaw on the field, so it was quite hard for them. And most of the deck lose to Darklaw, obviously. Malicious Bane, that is the one, like I said, against the water control. Or there's a cute interaction, him and DPE, or Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, that I can use DPE, you destroy Bane, destroy another card, but because he cannot be destroyed by card effect, I was just destroying one card of my opponent they control. For other Destiny Hero, just because if my DPE got cherries, I had Dystopia and Dangerous. And Dangerous is also a super poly target if I am having a Destiny Hero. But Dystopia was mostly for times, but actually I was always like in a winning situation if I was close to times, so it never comes out. And Dangerous is also one he can go for the 1 card Darklaw combo with Pure Destiny actually. And for Super Poly target, I was playing Muddragon and Garura. Actually, Muddragon was one of the MVP against Tyrannon because they were unable to target any of my monsters because I declared Dark, and most of my deck are Dark. And Garura, it never really came out useful, but actually, well, he's Garura, so use 2 monsters with the same type of attribute. But against like most matchup, it never came out. It was mostly Muddragon. For the side deck, no, not yet, the side deck. And for my Link lineup is 1 Cross Crusader, 1 Wonder Driver, and 1 Dread Decimator. Cross Crusader for recycling DPE if it got removed, or Denier to just recycle melee and just extend at some point, giving me advantage. Wonder Driver to recycle Mass Change Poly, so I could do Sunrise DP in the same turn. Or even like, no, just Mass Change and Poly, not Miracle. Because I'm not playing enough Elemental Hero Fusion monsters. And Dread Decimator was mostly for piercing damage and OTK. Now for the side deck is 3 Nibiru, the Primal Being.
Nice.
Actually, it only came out against the Hero Mirror matches, but I never drew Nibiru like other than that, not against PK or Tyr. So I can't really say that's good, but it's Nibiru. So against if they do combo and they get Nibiru, it might be a little bit sad for that. And also I was able to, with Garura, just to use Nibiru and possibly Super Poly, Nibiru, and the token to just do Garura at some point, just to remove the token if it's too big, but it never comes out really. Garlarda. I was using that card mostly against Flunderies, like with the Barrier Statue, because he's the whim. So I could use that against the Barrier Statue, but also just because he's a Kaiju, I can remove like some annoying cards. But well,
I like it.
Yeah, actually that's pretty nice. I cite 2 triple tactics because actually with my deck I was not sure if I was going mostly first or going second, so that's why I was like playing tactics on the side just to know what they're playing. And it only came out mostly against like combo deck, or if I get end trapped. Like for example, the PK one has a Zeus, and for trying to OTK him, I yonked their Zeus with triple tech style and just OTK him with his own Zeus. For back row hate, I'm using Lightning Storm that can also be like monster hate at some point. Archangel Feather Duster to destroy Spell Shot because I hate like control decks. Red Reboots, that's mostly for traps decks, but actually I never drew like Red Reboots, not against like water control and stuff like that, but I kind of like it, like using Duster and Lightning Storm. And the last one is 3 evenly match, just for breaking boards with evenly match if they had no negate. And because they only have 1 card left, I was just literally just doing my combo and make sure they are able to come back. So that mostly is for my deck profile. And if you want to see the combo, that's quite simple.
Yeah, we'll see that.
So for the combo, like I said earlier, you need only Fusion Destiny. So for example, if you activate Fusion Destiny, you send Shadow Mist and Mali, 2 special summon the Destiny Hero that I mentioned earlier, Dangerous. Because you activate Fusion Destiny, you are locked in only special summon Dark Hero, but at resolution, you won't activate Shadow Mist. Because Shadow Mist is only 1 effect per turn. So if you add a hero, you cannot add Mass Change. So after that, you use Mali effect to special summon another Mali. So I'll just banish 1 just for the cause. After that, you go into a Link 2. That is Cross Crusader. With Cross Crusader, you can either reborn those 2, but we'll just reborn Mali. With Cross Crusader, you tribute Mali to add the last pieces of the combo, that is Liquid Soldier. And with Liquid Soldier, what you can do is normal summon Liquid Soldier, and its first effect is if this card is normal summon, you can target 1 level 4 or lower hero monster in the graveyard except himself. So you'll target the only hero that is level 4 or lower, Shadow Mist, special summon it, and because Shadow Mist is special summon, you can add a Mass Change. So you'll set Mass Change, and whatever will happen, if he's playing Control, you'll have Mass Change for Liquid to summon Acid, or if they're playing like mostly combo, you can Mass Change either Shadow Mist or Cross Crusader, but preferably Shadow Mist to do Dark Love, and with Shadow Mist you will have the effect to add. So you will add like maybe Honest Neos to just, if they try to go over Dark Love, you just Honest Neos your own Dark Love. So they're unable to like go through Dark Love with Battle Phase. So that will be mostly for the combo.
Well, I like it. Well, congratulations on your top 16th, 9th place.
Yeah.
And I really like the deck.
Thank you.